Hey everyone, Raider dashing one more here. Hope everyone had a great Wednesday. Hopefully all the dashers earned a few dollars and made enough to make it worth their while being out and doing deliveries today. I didn't start until a bit later. I started at about 5:30ish, I think, and didn't last very long again. It was another short day, but that was because, well, I got a bit, had a bit of a problem on one of the jobs, but I'll get to that. I actually got, so I started at about 5:30 and finished about 9 o'clock. My first jobs that came in were a stacked offer from Uber Eats, and it was from the Mint, and then which was ready when I got there, and then the other was to go for Hawaiian Brothers. First delivery went fine. Second delivery, it was off both of them are down by the Raintree Lake area, and but the second delivery, I don't know. I knew the road that it was on, but for some stupid reason, I just followed the map thinking that it knew where it was going. It made no sense for him reason. So it took me down a side street, and I was like, well, these numbers don't make any bloody sense to what we're looking for. Well, so then I ended up going across the other side of the road, and I put Garmin on, which is starting to drive me crazy in the background yet again, and so, well, where in the heck is this house? And I ended up calling the customer. Said, having problems locating your address. And he told me exactly where it was. He told me, come out. He said, where are you now? Told him where it was. He says, okay, we'll come out and take...
Drive to highlighted route.
Told me which way to go on now. And he says, well, you should see a black letterbox, a mailbox. And I went, there it is. He says, long driveway down there. He was a hand to him too. So I got up to his address and got up to his door rather. It was a long driveway. No wonder he had a truck. If they needed some filling in on that driveway. Anyway, got up to his front door, up a few steps and up there, and he came out, and I said, "Sorry about that." I said, "I'm not sure what was happening on the map. It was trying to send me a street up here." And he says, "It happens all the time." Just he says, for some reason it puts us up there. I said, it didn't make any sense because you're on this road. I said, maybe because it's just so close to that darn road. Anyhow, gave him the food, he was fine. And I went back down to the van. Had a catering offer come in for Sicky's Japanese restaurant. Got down there, took a picture of it, and it wasn't all that big to take, but anyway, delivered that, picked that up. That food was ready when I got in there, came out, put it in the catering bags, it all up, looked at whatever the address was it was going to, went off and delivered it. I was surprised that the kid didn't come down and pick it up, because anyway, he just waited up there for it. Anyhow, I handed him the food and went off and took a picture of where I delivered it to, because I'd done a hand to him on that one. Oh yeah, but the first job I'd been to with the Hawaiian Brothers, the bloke comes to the door with the Uber Eats. Bloke comes to the door and he says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't meet you down here. I was in the restroom." And oh, thanks. Information that I really didn't need to know, but thank you very much. Anyway, so I'm flinching a little bit because I picked up one order and I'm sure that many of us flipping have this problem. Whenever I go to it, there's an awful lot of addresses that we go to that, you know, they have a lot of steps and that going up to their porches, etc. Or sometimes not a lot of steps, but they have steps that go up to it. And an awful lot of them have wooden railings. And even on the newer houses, they'll have the wooden rail. And they're not worth a toss. I mean, they're rotten, they're flapping around, they're absolutely bloody useless. And wood's not been treated right, or if it is an older one and they're just flopping around now, they're starting to certainly deteriorating. Well, I'd gone to Longboards, and that was another Uber Eats. Actually, they pay pretty well, I just looked at that. And so I went to Longboards, and when I went and picked it up, the girl on here handed it to me, and I went, bloody hell, said, that's heavy. What the hell? It wasn't an awfully big bag, but it was, whatever they put in it was definitely weighty. But it seemed like the bag would hold it. Even though I probably would have actually flipping, given the weight of it, I would have flipping put it in 2 bags. But anyway, because and it was one of those bags that didn't have a handle on it too. So that made it awfully flipping difficult. Now, I don't take a bag in with me, an insulated bag in with me. Normally I just go in there, pick up the food, because you don't know what you're going to pick up. Do you need a bigger bag? Do you need a littler bag? And there's normally I'll look to see if there's any drinks, but sometimes I forget that when I walk in there. But I always look at those when I'm going through the drive-thru, or if I'm going to the pizza place to pick up. But anyhow, so I've got this bag and I had it in my arms and that. Got it. Walked straight up to the window, passenger window, and put it in the bag for my wife, because there was no way in hell she was going to be able to lift that out of me if I got in the driver's side. So I put through the window, put it in the bag, in the DoorDash bag, because I don't have an Uber Eats bag, which is fine. Anyhow, we get to the address, get down there, figure out where it's going to go. Okay, great, all right, I know where that's going. So back down to Raintree Lake area. I spend a lot of time down that way today. And seemed to be that's where most of the orders were going. Anyway, got down there, got to the address and that. Crap, there's lots of steps. So I left it in the DoorDash bag and took it up there, but it was, again, one of those, it was up the steps up to the porch, and it's got one of those crappy flipping wooden rails. And so there was no support there to do it on. So I get up to the porch, and I guess what I'd done is I swung around a little bit more, and I was trying to get the bag out of the DoorDash bag without breaking it or whatever, just trying to get it out properly, and I was in a wrong position. Put it on the doorstep, so they had room to actually get out of it, and put and then take a picture. And yeah, somehow or other, I done myself an injury doing it in all of that business, and then swinging around and going down. But that bag was awfully heavy. It was too much weight for that bag. And anyway, when I got back down to the van, I was still on their driveway, and I'll put it up here what I put in, but something along the lines of, the bag is very heavy, be careful, enjoy. And I thought that one was paying like about $10 or $11 on that one, but I just looked at it, and I gave $19.50, I think it was. Wow. That was nice of them. And that stacked offer that I'd done earlier turned out to be just under $23 for the pair of them. Anyway, and they went to the same sort of area as well. But, so yeah, so I did a couple other offers after that. But obviously I was having problems, and I just said to my wife, said, nothing's coming in now that's worth staying out for. I'm gonna head home. If something comes in that's substantial, then I'll turn it around and go back, but nothing did. So that's what happened. It wasn't a long night at all. Like I said, I think was the last one that I did was from the Mint, and that was on DoorDash, I believe. Yeah, that was on DoorDash, and delivered that one, and that was that. That one went to a house. They had lights on the inside, but there was no porch light. How many times do you have to flip and tell people that you have to have a porch light on? Most things are a whole lot easier to do that. You need to get some of these bloody lights that turn themselves on and off. We've got two of them. I mean, I think they cost like $6 or $7 for a pair of them. LED, it's real bright. And they turn themselves on and off whenever it needs it. Anyhow, so probably be back out to it tomorrow and doing stuff. I was supposed to be doing some filming for the other channel tomorrow. Gonna have to play that by ear, I suppose, as regards how well I feel. But I'm sure after some rest I'll be fine. But one thing is, don't breathe too hard, I suppose, because it sure as hell is a bit of a pain at the minute. But no, we on the last delivery down to delivering that Uber Eats delivery down to the Raintree area, all we saw was zipping lightning in the sky ahead. I was going to try and film it, but didn't do that. I think that's where the Mint one went. Actually, that was where the Mint went down that way, the last one. Anyway, but yeah, I was watching that one, the lightning show on the way down. Didn't see any raindrops at all. Haven't seen anything. I haven't even looked on the radar. But yeah. So anyway, hopefully everyone did well. Hopefully all the customers got their food delivered. Hopefully none of the drivers had issues. And seems like the both the apps performed okay tonight. And also I'm signing up, in the midst of signing up for a catering app. So but I'm going through the orientation at the moment. I've done 2 videos so far. You're supposed to do these videos, it's supposed to take like about 45 minutes apparently. I did one while we was stopped at the Mint a little while back, and you watch the video and then you answer questions after. So I think there's another 2 videos to go. 1 or 2, maybe 1 or 2 videos to go, I'm not sure, but anyway. I think that'll be it. Very flipping short video tonight, and hopefully be feeling better tomorrow. Alright, thanks for watching, and hope everyone has a great time, and hopefully all goes well for you. Cheers, ta-ra.